Many of you may have seen a viral video going around social media recently that featured a couple in Southern California, dark-skinned couple, being stopped by Border Patrol agents, effectively being stopped by ICE. For no apparent reason. They hadn't done anything wrong. They weren't in an area they weren't allowed to be in. They weren't speeding. They didn't ignore traffic laws. They just got stopped by ICE and had to go through more than 30 minutes of basically interrogation, searches, all of that. An experience that the couple said was, quote, terrifying. Well, it turns out this couple, by the name of George and Esmeralda Doylez, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, they are U.S. citizens. And again, for anybody who's seen the video, the couple clearly told the guy, like, well, we've got a dentist appointment coming up and we're driving around here to look at potential campsites because we're people who like to go camping. And the Border Patrol agent was like, well, if you're going to the dentist, why are you looking for campsites? And the guy's like, because we have some time and we figured, why not? We're allowed to do that. And the cop's like, yes, you are. And I'm allowed to stop you. Well, the cop then brought out the dog. The dog smelled a trace amount of marijuana that was in the car, but legally purchased so that no law's broken. But that resulted in like a 30-minute complete search of the individual, of the car. The man, George, says that his wife was left, shaken and crying from this experience. But here's the kicker. These two individuals voted for the first time in the 2020 presidential election, and they voted again, obviously, in 2024. And both times, this couple voted for Donald Trump. Now, typically in segments like this is where I go, get on my high horse or on my pedestal or whatever you want to call it, and I say that you're getting what you voted for. But I'm not going to do that this time, because that's not the case. This couple, MAGA supporters, admitted that they regret their vote for Donald Trump and that he lied to them in order to get them to vote for him. They recognize what caused the problem, what the problem is, why they fell for the problem, and how they're not going to do that in the future. That is the train of thought that gets people out of MAGA. And honestly, I don't think any other train of thought can get people out. You have to follow those steps. And this couple did, and they have now woken up. Now, does that mean that this couple is now like diehard, progressive, Bernie Sanders types? No. It just means they're not going to fall for the lies of an authoritarian leader in the future, and that is the best we can hope for. I love it. I don't love that they had to go through this to get there, but I love that they still got there. Let me read you what the man said. George said, right here. I feel shame, guilt, and anger at the same time because of the promises that he made that he lied to us about, going after the worst of the worst. He lied on those and he stole our vote. So he admits, listen, I voted because I do want the worst of the worst out of here, right? Which makes sense. Nobody wants murderers flowing into the country. Nobody wants gang members. That's obvious. That's logic. But it was a lie from Donald Trump. First and foremost, those weren't the only people coming over the border. Some of them got through, sure. A lot of them got arrested before they even made it onto U.S. soil by Customs and Border Patrol. People actually doing their job and not acting like Donald Trump's personal Gestapo. That was necessary. We weren't flooded with murderers and sex offenders and gang members. But these people did believe that because Trump said it emphatically, he said it repeatedly, and they thought those were the only folks he was going to get. And now they say we got stopped because of the color of our skin. This was racial profiling, he said. But he continued. Complying is going to get you in a prison concentration camp. That's what it's going to do eventually. Maybe it might be sooner than we all think. So not only has this guy, this couple really woken up and been like, okay, We got lied to. We voted for this guy. He stole our vote by lying to us. I love that line, by the way. That is brilliant. But it didn't just open their eyes about Donald Trump. It opened their eyes about everything that's happening right now. Because he brings up, it's going to get you caught. It's going to land you in a prison concentration camp. So now the whole thing has become crystal clear to these people. And again, I don't care if you don't join us on the left. I would love to have you on the left if you're willing to come over here. I would welcome you with open arms. But I am thrilled for you that you had that wake-up call, that you got that you had that epiphany moment, because that is the best we can hope for, folks. We don't need to bring look, we do need to bring everybody to our side if we want to win elections, but we can't realistically do that. But what we can hope for is that these people get deprogrammed themselves. And I don't know how diehard MAGA they were. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't. But waking up, acknowledging you made a mistake, and then basically telling us you're not going to do it again, that's right. That's the right way. Because far too many times I have sat right here and told you the stories of these Trump voters who are getting hit hardest with his policies, whether it's economic, farm workers, immigration, whatever it is. My spouse was detained for 3 months, but I'd still vote for Trump again. The people that don't learn, those are the people that I say you get what you voted for, and I don't feel bad for you. These folks are not that. These folks were racially profiled. They got to see firsthand this horrifying experience, and it immediately opened their eyes, and they immediately regret what they voted for. Those are the people that we want. Those are the people that are good, honest, real people. They're not in a cult. A lot of these folks, unfortunately, are. And I will continue to say it. The cult people, I got no sympathy when Trump destroys your lives. People like the Doyleses here, my utmost sympathy towards you, but I am also ecstatic that you have acknowledged you made a mistake and that you will not make it in the future again. That is growth, and that is what we should all strive for. Did you know that you might be missing out on wonderful content from me? You're here already because clearly you like what you see. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video, share them with your friends and family, but also follow me across the rest of the social media world. And it's not that hard to do. Whether it's X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, on every one of those platforms, you can find me at the username @FarronBalanced. Simple enough, right? So get on it. And if you don't feel like going to each one of those outlets individually, lucky for you, we have links in the description of this video to take you right to my pages across all of social media. So don't miss a minute. And while you're at it, make sure you're also subscribed to the Ring of Fire YouTube channel, which I have been hosting for many, many years now. We've got more than 1 million subscribers over there, and there is fresh content over there every single day of the week. So again, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to this channel, and while you're at it, go subscribe to Ring of Fire at youtube.com/The Ring of Fire and @FarronBalanced across every social media platform that, of course, is not considered just a far-right hellscape. Well, maybe Twitter is, but that's a story for a different day.